nose.
Shut the fuck up! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! I'll fucking shoot.
Whoa, hey.
I'll fucking blow your brains out. I'll fucking kill you.
Shannon.
Back the fuck up!
Okay.
I'll fucking kill you!
No problem. Just keep.
Shut the fuck up! Don't fucking look!
Okay.
I'll fuck you up. See how I have your wife right here? You're gonna do what the fuck I say.
Listen, I have $2,000 and a Rolex in my room. You can have whatever you want. You just tell me what you want.
No,
just tell me what you want, and I will give you whatever you want.
Now get on the fucking ground. Get on the fucking ground. There you go.
Shannon, look at me.
Get on the fucking ground! Get down! Get on the fucking floor right now! Get down!
Okay. No problem.
All right. There you go. Now sit there and be quiet.
It's okay.
Hey! I didn't tell you to fucking talk to me right here. Don't fucking talk until I tell you to talk. What did I say? Okay? Now get over here. Get the fuck over here. Here. Time out.
What's up, my good people in the YouTube world? This is the Mash YouTuber, and I'm right back up at y'all with another video. And this is the second part of the original Night Stalker video that I did. Now, before we get started, I want to say this. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to all my peoples in the comment section. Alright? I will say this. I'm not a know-it-all, man, so if anybody in the comment section feel like they need to correct something that I said, or they feel that they can add something to the conversation, please feel free to leave your comment. Now, with that being said, I want to give an ultimate shout out to one of the people who I actually had a conversation with, who left responses on my original Night Stalker video, part 1, and that was Jeremy Brantley. What he did was, he showed me a case, or he brought my attention to a case where a couple was vacuuming their house out. They were similar to me. They read about the hysteria rapists and kind of shook them up. So they started taking precautions and started taking notice of the things going around in the house. And one thing that they noticed when they was vacuuming is that somebody left like ropes under their couches. They did contact the police department, and the police think they had the house out, but they weren't able to find anyone. But that's what this video is about. It is basically talking about the perception of some of these serial killers and how they can mingle and just fit right in with us, and how some of the mundane things in life that we think that we're doing is just so innocent. But at the same time, someone can be plotting on us and lining us up at the same time. So basically this video is to raise awareness and also tell you, don't let anybody rock you to sleep and to always stay on guard. Alright? So what we're going to do is start it off with a reading from an excerpt of the video that I told y'all about, or the book that I told y'all that I got, which is I'll Be Going in the Dark by McNorman, right? So we're gonna read that section, and y'all hang tight.
Precision and self-preservation were his identifying features. When he zeroed in on the victim, he often entered the home beforehand when no one was there, studying family pictures, learning the layout. He disabled porch lights, unlocked sliding doors. He emptied bullets from guns. Unworried homeowners' closed gates were left open. Pictures he moved were put back, chalked up to the disorder of daily life. The victim slept untroubled until the flashlights blazed, forced open their eyes. Blindness disoriented them. Sleepy minds lumbered and raced. A figure they couldn't see welded the light, but who and why? Their fear found direction when they heard the voice, described as a guttural whisper through clenched teeth, abrupt and threatening, though some detached an occasional lapse into a higher pitch, a tremble, a stutter, as if the masked stranger in the dark was hiding not only his face, but also a raw unsteadiness he couldn't always disguise.
Now that's scary. Basically, what that section is showing you is that sometimes, no matter what type of precautions that you take, when someone as meticulous as the original Night Stalker was, he basically got the drop on you and he's planning things. So the only way that you can stop people like this is to not allow them to have the openings to your life, alright? So, the first incident that I want to bring up to add on to the incident of the couple that was sweeping under the couch and they saw the wires and things. I'm going to talk about one case that happened in Rancho Cordova. And that happened with a woman. I'm going to take her name out of it and I'll bring her name in it. She was living with her father. And at the time, her father went on a vacation, right? And when he went on vacation, that's when the original Night Stalker struck. But what this case shows us is that for maybe months, weeks, we don't know how long, this guy was looking at her. He knew her schedule, he knew where she lived at, and he also knew when the father was going on vacation and when she was going to be on loan. But prior to this case, or when they look back at some of the things that happened to this woman, what they found out is that she noticed that a car would sometimes drive back and forth around her neighborhood. And every time the car got close to her house, the driver would just turn his head like this, or turn his head like that, you know. And we see these things normally, and we think nothing of them, you know what I mean? But it could possibly be somebody trying to line you up. Also, what the person noticed was that when he broke into the house, the guy used her name, like he knew her name, right? So that showed us, or showed the detectives, that he most likely was looking in the phone book and getting a lot of intel on these people. Now again, these people had no idea that they were being stalked. Meanwhile, this person was sitting down collecting a whole bunch of intel. One of the things that this lady reported is that she was receiving phone calls and people was hanging up. So you would receive a phone call, no one would say anything on the other line, and they would just hang up. And they look at that as maybe the person was just trying to see if people were home at that time and just getting down your patterns and everything. Alright? Now a second case that really caught my attention was at the time when the women were getting raped. I believe it was over there in the Rancho Cordova area. They were having the husbands who allowed this thing to happen. So it's interesting. No, this was in San Jose. Alright? Now it's interesting because months later, that same guy who stood up, he found himself victim to the East Area Rapists, where someone came in, tied him up, and basically assaulted his wife. So what that showed us in that moment is that the guy most likely was at the meeting, listening to people share intel on how to catch him and how to protect himself from him. And this basically also highlights the fact that we are living amongst these people. These people are so good at hiding their true intentions and seeming so normal, you know what I mean, that you don't even really pay attention to. And like I said again, meanwhile, these people are collecting intel. Alright? The next one that caught my attention, and there's a lot more like this, so I suggest y'all purchase that book if you are interested in this type of information. And the next one happened in Citric Heights. And again, the person who got assaulted, they realized that they were getting a whole bunch of hang-up calls. You understand? A whole bunch of hang-up calls. But this one was extra scary because a lady reported that a guy knocked on her doorbell. And she came to the door, and the dude said he was with something like animal services, and he wanted to know if she had any animals living in the house. She said no, and while the guy was leaving, she basically noticed that he was looking at the garage area of the house, seeing what type of locks and stuff that this person had. It's scary stuff, man. Scary, scary stuff. Because once again, this highlights the fact that just normal things, somebody coming up to your door asking you questions, you think that these are normal, but this could actually be somebody gaining intel on you. You understand? It's just scary, scary, scary and frightening, man. Scary and frightening. And you know, just stay safe, people. Stay safe, man. Protect all your information. Protect everything. Because people can actually use this stuff to gain an advantage on you. And the more intel that they have, the easier they can get the drop on you. And if you don't know that you're being, you're being preyed upon, you make it that much easier for these people to prey upon you. All right? But before we get up out of here, these are some more channel announcements. All right? I'm gonna be doubling back on that Leaving Neverland documentary. All right? I got a beautiful poster who introduced me to a few books, gave me a lot of reading material, so I'm gonna get into that. I also want to wait until that documentary is actually put down and people see it before I speak about it. Also, as y'all can see, I am Strong Allen, and therefore, everybody heard about the Amityville Horror House. I actually know where that house is. I'm gonna go to that house, and we're gonna get some film over there, you understand what I'm saying? So keep following the Masked YouTuber. Once again, thank everybody for the comments, man. I very, very, very appreciate it, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. And this is the Masked YouTuber. Keep it tuned. Again, we're gonna be doing more movie reviews. We'll go to that Amityville Horror House. I'm doubling back on the Leaving Neverland. And we are also gonna be talking more about serial killers. There is a documentary coming up on the BTK killer, Dennis Rader, and he was a weird guy himself. Alright? We're gonna get into that. But thank y'all for watching. Again, this is a Sunday night, man. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all chose to spend it with a weird guy like the Masked YouTuber. And I appreciate it, man. Yeah.